Hello there and welcome to the review of the Liverpool versus Bayern Munich game in the Champions League with special guest being Tink, my cat. Hiya. You okay? You doing good? She doesn't know what I'm doing. Anyway, we're here to talk about the absolute shambolic performance of Liverpool last night. At least that is what social media would have you believe, and quite a few members of the media themselves as well. There's a lot of people and personally I actually think it was a pretty positive performance, okay? It's at home, and I understand that people would want us to go and win. Obviously, we want to go and win. And there were plenty of chances for us to actually go and win that game. But you have to take the positives that we had out of that game as well against Bayern Munich. Let's not forget, I think I said it in my preview of the game, if you did watch it, was the fact that this is a team that are known as serial winners of their own domestic league. I think 6 times on the bounce they've won it now. And I think in terms of the Champions League, I think they are quite often in the semi-finals at the very least. So they go quite far. They are expected themselves to go quite far in the Champions League year on year, and they win their domestic league most times out of most times. So the fact that they had players missing, we had a key player missing in defence. We've got key players missing in defence, if we're being honest, with Joe Gomez being out, Lovren still being out, and Van Dijk having a suspension last night. I felt that we did, front to back, a good job. We had hairy moments, of course we did. We had a little bit of miscommunication between Fabinho and Alisson near the start of the game, had some miscommunication and also just missed passes as well. I think a key one that I remember, I can't remember if it was in the first half or second half, Mane Keita passed the ball to Mane. Mane was trying to pass it back to somebody that just wasn't there, and they started to run down the right hand side. But thankfully, Fabinho was there to actually snuff out the danger, and that's actually really quite a key part of this game for us in terms of we had moments where we controlled the game. They had moments where they were controlling the game as well, having majority possession over us as well. But on the whole, it was quite an equal performance, if only I think that we edged it in terms of chances, like clear-cut chances. Chances that where they needed Manuel Neuer to make saves, most notably to Mane. Mane was having headers on goal, very, very good chances as well. Manuel Neuer makes the saves, or the defence snuffs us out as well. And on the flip side of that as well, we managed to take it, I think. Don't quote me on it. In fact, I might look it up just to make sure that I'm not talking absolute drivel. But I believe we were able to not allow them to have a shot on target. Or at least Lewandowski didn't have a shot on target. I'm pretty sure that could be correct. But he is I think he's the top scorer in the Champions League at this moment right now. And we managed to stop him from scoring. So let's have a look at the stats from last night, if we can get those up, please. Stats. Shots on goal. Right. The whole game, Bayern Munich had 1 shot on target. They had 5 shots in total. That is a terrible... But then ours isn't that much better. We had 12 shots in total, 3 shots on target. Okay, we weren't as clinical as we possibly could have been. You know, I think the man of the match, I don't know if that was actually given on this app or not. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't actually think it was. No. Regardless of that, anyway, our lineup was solid, and our lineup was exactly how I thought it was going to be. Alisson in goal, Fabinho, Joel Matip as the centre backs, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson as the full backs, Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Naby Keita, Mohamed Salah, Firmino, and Mane. The substitutes were, in fact, I think we only made 1 sub. No, we made 2 subs. Naby Keita went off as well. The subs that came on was James Milner and Divock Origi. And the only disappointing thing that I could take from this game, and I say disappointing because for us, watching it on TV as armchair experts, it looks simple. But like when I think Divock Origi came on, he came on purely to run in behind the defence. And he was making those runs. And there was passes on through the defence to actually maybe for him to get onto something. And those passes just weren't taken, I think, by Mane and Naby Keita most notably. Now, I'm not slating those players at all, but there was just little chances late on where you could have slipped them through, and that could have made, it could have made the difference, could have made us go 1-0 up or something like that. Bayern Munich had their chances as well. They didn't really take them. Alisson made some good saves. Manuel Neuer made some good saves as well. Defensively, both teams had their moments. In fact, it was almost like a mirror image performance from both teams. Defensively, we were good. Defensively, they were pretty good as well. In the midfield, I felt we were better. I felt we had a bit more grit, whereas they had some more flair. And up front, I felt that we were the more dangerous. And the stats back that up with the shots that we had, the chances that we created, and the shots on target. All right, we didn't have the most shots on target, but we could have done better. But it also gives us a little bit of hope and a little bit of something that when we go to the Allianz, yeah, we're playing away. And our away form in Europe has not been very good at all since Roma last year. Our away, yeah, all right, we won the tie overall in when we faced Roma, but I think we actually lost that game 4-2. It was very, very close in the end. So, yeah, we need to improve our away form to have any chance of getting anything away, against Bayern Munich, and that's in 3 weeks' time now. So there's plenty of time for us to be able to have key players back. Okay, Lovren could be back at that time. Van Dijk, he will be back in the team as long as he's injury-free because he served his suspension last night. I think also on that, how good was it to see Liverpool play so well defensively and so solid without Van Dijk? I think that's massive. I think that's the first time we've been able to do that without Van Dijk being there. And I've also got to actually come on to, I think, like just a short little bit on Fabinho. Fabinho at centre-back he's very good. He's very, very good. He has little moments here and there, but he's generally very good. He's not Van Dijk level, but whenever he's been put in that position, a position that he's not, I don't feel that it's a familiar position for him, but he goes in there, he does a very good job, and I felt that he did a really good job last night, and I felt he's done a good job when he's played centre-back for us. And it seemed to work with him playing with Matip in a similar way that when Van Dijk plays with any other centre-back. It seemed to work really, really well. And I could really commend Fabinho for that because obviously he's a midfielder, but he's playing that role very, very well. And I like it. I really like it. It's a really good option when we are limited on having Lovren out. Obviously Van Dijk was suspended and Joe Gomez being injured as well. I felt that was really key. I felt that, again, we controlled the midfield, and there's no coincidence to the fact that, obviously, I think Henderson had a really good game. Naby Keita, I felt, had a really good game. And Jorginho Wijnaldum had a really good game. Having Wijnaldum in there, just like when he came back against Bournemouth, having him in there helps us solidify and get more grit in that midfield. I felt we won the midfield battle for the majority of the game. All right, we weren't bossing it in possession style, but we were bossing it in other ways, such as getting the ball back and moving it forward. We didn't boss the possession. In fact, I think we were actually down on possession, not by much. They had 53%, we had 47%. So, you can swing it either way on that one. But yes, in terms of the actual performance, I actually genuinely felt it was a good performance. I really did. I felt it was a performance that we can take into upcoming games. Why are you going to William Hill? Sod off. Sorry about that. I feel that we can go into upcoming games against Man United at the weekend. I feel that we can go in there and we can actually, we can take good things from this performance. We were missing Van Dijk and put in a very good performance against an elite European big top side. That is massive for us. All right, they were missing Jerome Boateng and they were missing Muller, but they had enough players there. I think they were missing Robin as well, but they had enough quality in their team to cause danger and to cause problems. And I feel that upcoming games against a rejuvenated Manchester United, against Bayern Munich in the second leg, I feel that this team has shown that we can go out there and we can perform. We can perform to a high level. We can create the chances. The only thing missing, I feel, is that we just missed that clinical edge. That's the only thing I felt that we were missing from this game. And I hope that will come in the next leg. I really do think that we can put it to bed. I know that we can go out there and we can pick up the result now. I feel that we can do it. It's going to be so different playing at the Allianz, obviously, because the atmosphere is going to be different. It's going to be in their favour. And that's how it is. We will be the away team and we'll need to step up big time. No doubt. I felt that everything we did, from goalkeeper to defence to midfield to forwards, was great. 95% of our game was absolutely brilliant. It's just that final 5% of actually putting the ball in the back of the net. That is all we were missing. Now they're going to be missing Kimmich, I think, who is a key player for them at right back, but they will most likely have like Jerome Boateng back, Robin will be back, all those guys will probably be back as well. So there'll be different threats, and we will carry our own different threats, having Van Dijk back in the team, Fabinho in the midfield, I would hope. Look, it's going to be a different game, I think, because of the personnel that we're going to have available. But I firmly believe that this is it's not the most positive result, and I'm certainly not celebrating the fact that we got a draw against Bayern Munich, but it is a positive result. If you go out there and we concede 1 goal at Anfield, it's an away goal. We didn't do that. We stopped them. We nullified their attack very, very well. 1 shot on goal the entire game. I feel that we can do it. I really do. It's going to be tough. It's going to be one of the toughest games of the season for us to do it. But I truly believe that we can go out and do it. I truly believe that there's positives to take into games coming up in the Premier League and also the second leg in the Champions League. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because there has been a lot of negativity about how we played, and I just don't see it. Apart from the fact that we didn't score a goal, I feel that we performed well. Not amazing, but I felt that we performed well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Get your comments in below. What did you think of the game, and how can we improve for the second leg? Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.